what's going on, y'all? It's a great time. It's summertime, and what a better way to celebrate the summer than being at the marina and in New York City around some beautiful boats, vintage boats, luxury boats, speed boats, sailboats, cruise boats, every kind of boat. And here we are at the marina of North Cove, sailing in New York City, and we are on this vintage, beautiful, historical boat, and I'm gonna introduce the captain of the boat and let him tell us all about it. Cap, nice to meet you today. How are you?
Sure. Welcome aboard.
Thank you for having us on, XL Media TV on your boat today, and just tell us about it.
Okay.
What's your
happy
name?
to. My name is Patrick Harris. I'm the captain of this boat, and I've owned her since I found her as a floating wreck off Staten Island in 1987. Yeah, it's a beautiful old thing. She's been around for, I think this summer is her 97th birthday.
Okay.
She's done everything and a beautiful, old, gracious, patriotic lady could do in her time. She was originally owned by the guy who founded Citibank as his private duck hunting boat.
Ah.
When you own Citibank, this is how you went duck hunting.
Exactly.
World War II broke out, and this guy, the founder of Citibank, was also a big philanthropist. He gave the boat to the U.S. Navy for $1, and up forward under these sails, you'll see the original machine gun mounts where she was floating around offshore helping to spot Nazi submarines. And right from actually this very spot on 9/11, I was sitting back having a cup of coffee when the planes hit, and the marine evacuation of Manhattan started right here on this boat. We got over 1,000 people out. So
That's
she's
amazing.
a
That's
great
amazing.
boat, huh?
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
How far have you sailed on this?
I've sailed around the world, and yep, with this boat, I keep it short now because of her age.
Okay.
It'd be sort of like asking Grandma to stand in goal for the Rangers. She wouldn't be the same after the first period. So, the Bahamas, Caribbean now.
That's real nice. That's real nice. What brings you to New York City?
Well, I grew up out in eastern Long Island, and the city always, because the bright lights, the beckoning, Broadway, and it's also where the money is. And for a charter operation like this, I had to be here.
When people get on the boat, see the boat, obviously they're taking pictures and stuff like that. What's your feeling when they admire while you're admiring your boat?
I feel like an artist, and people are looking at my paintings. When I found the boat, she was really a wreck. The decks were all trashed up, the varnish work was gone, and being a single guy and no debt and plenty of time on my hands, I envisioned it as the beauty of her that could come back. And when people say, wow, what a beautiful boat, it's like, thank you. It's very fulfilling. And the visuals then transform into a very physical experience when the sails go up.
Okay.
And you got all this old-timey stuff doing its
Okay.
proper thing,
Okay.
and the engine goes off, the sails fill in, everybody goes, wow. And they get it. It just transforms them, and that's something I never expected, the gratitude and the satisfaction of having people saying, wow, this is what it is. This is nature, and you're doing it in front of the Statue of Liberty with Manhattan behind you. So.
Not many people get the experience to be on a boat. They get cars, they go on cruise lines and stuff like that. But a personal boat, a personal yacht, what is the feeling? Maybe let me ask you, what is the feeling you get when you go out sailing by yourself? What is that feel? Because car guys, we got to vent and so forth. We go on the open road, we drop the top or whatever, and we think and we express our feelings. What is it like being on a boat by yourself?
Well, it's a beautiful Zen-like experience, but also you're so tuned to the little sounds, the little bumps, and you say, that was the fuel pump I think I heard just kick on. There was a little creak, and then for a boater, that's a unique sound that you don't really like to hear. It's like, I think the bilge pump just went on. But you're really connected to it, and you're connected to it when you're both motoring a boat and when you're sailing the boat. There's a sense of freedom, particularly with a boat, unlike anything on land. Where I go in the Bahamas in the winter, it's remote out islands of the Bahamas. No tourists, no casinos, not even roads in some of these places for people. And you drop the anchor and you have a sense of being the only person on the planet. You have a sense of this is the way the world was made, and you're in touch with it. And you jump over the side, you spear a fish, you roast it on the back of the boat. It's a timeless experience. Requires us to have certain equipment on the boat. Flares, life jackets, stuff like that. And also a horn. And they're usually sitting at the table and they have their checklist. And they say, well, you're doing fine, Cap, but you don't have a horn. I said, what are you talking about? Look out, it's right here. It's right here on the boat. You're looking at it. And all of a sudden, now their uniforms are off. They're like, really? Cool. How's it work? I'll show you. It's about decibels, and it's not about how it's powered or what it's made out of. And this was also dinner for me a couple of years ago.
What goes into maintaining a boat of this magnitude?
Well, see this? See those? Their famous quote about that was by the banker J.P. Morgan back around 1900. Somebody asked him almost the exact same question, and he said, well, Mr. Morgan, what's it like racing your sailboats? And he said, it's like standing in an ice cold shower with all your clothes on, tearing up $100 bills.
I would love that kind of experience.
Yeah, me too. But wooden boats are work and they're maintenance work, but they're not as nightmarish as a lot of people think. People are spoiled by fiberglass and they just wax it and hose it off and it's good. Once you get solid with a wooden boat, once you get all the planks nice and tight, once you get the paint on it, then it's a little more maintenance, but it's not horrific. Personally, on this boat, I always budget about $15,000 a year to maintain it, but I make it back in the charters and the beauty and the good vibe.
Okay, we just started summer, so summer's going to be hot. What's your ventures in the next couple of months?
Well, I can tell you the day after tomorrow, my girlfriend comes in from Norway, and she and I are taking the boat out. There's an anchorage behind the Statue of Liberty. We're going to drop the anchor, and I'm not telling anymore.
Enough said. We got kids watching this, so it's a little sensitive. But again, it's a pleasure to have the experience and your time out of your schedule to introduce your boat, your baby, to us and to the people. And I hope one day to set sail with you, a glass of wine, kick off, and let's talk old things.
Every Friday night, that's what we do.
And
I got something for you.
What?
We'll do this. Let's see. Oh yeah, now you're talking about old sales.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been made a skipper. Again, thank you again for watching us on XL Media TV. And I hope you enjoy your summer as we're going to enjoy our summer. And thank you again, Captain.
My pleasure.
Welcome to New York.
Thank you, matey.
Back at you.
All right.